You're listening to Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris. This is a podcast where we take the time to reflect, embrace our past, talk about life, or just sit back and laugh. You'll get a front row seat of what it's really like to be in our group chat. Let's start the show. Welcome to our live. Come on in.
I was waiting for it.
Come on in, everybody. I can't help it now. It's just it's programmed.
It's just what
for
you
me
say.
to say it.
now.
Yeah,
Now you understand why people say it. It's like, okay, I get it.
it's
now.
in my spirit.
Mm-hmm.
It is in your spirit. Girl, you gonna preach tonight?
Look, y'all, why did I before we join, why did I start thinking about Ephesians 4 and what's the New Beginners?
Ephesians 3 and 14.
14.
Man, why
For
was I
this
thinking about
cause.
that?
I
About my knees.
Y'all want to quote it real quick?
Because I don't want to tell on myself.
Right. Well, look, we don't want to.
No,
We don't want to.
I don't want to tell on myself.
Right. Look, Lex's parents gonna come in there like, what? Y'all don't know that. Y'all done said this many years.
What happened to your Bible reading? It's delayed.
Never to the live.
Like this live.
Right. Okay. Y'all ready?
All right. Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Welcome.
Okay, wait, someone. Hold on. Wait. I'm so sorry. So
Okay.
can y'all hear us? Because someone says they don't. Oh, she was saying she didn't hear the echo.
She
on
didn't hear the
Facebook.
echo.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. Perfect. Thank you,
It's
Bridget.
only on
Okay.
Instagram.
Shoot, what's it? Welcome to another episode of Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris. Today we are going to talk a little bit about budgeting. So the question that I'm going to pose, first we're going to do a would you rather question. So ladies, pick a number between 1 through 100. One of y'all.
I'll go with
7.
Which one?
Okay.
7.
7?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Would you rather be forced to live the same day over and over again for a full year or take years off the end of your life?
Oh God, can we pick another one? Like, no, dog.
Gracious. Why you
Y'all pick the
number?
Okay,
know.
pick another number.
Okay, let's go with 11.
11. Would you rather have the ability to see 13 minutes into the future or 125 years into the future?
What was the first? How many years was the first one?
13 minutes.
13 minutes into the future or 125 years into the future?
Well, I'm gonna say 13 minutes because the 125 years don't matter too much.
It ain't gonna matter to you.
Yeah, already 30.
Oh.
We ain't living in the Bible days like Moses and them.
That is hilarious. Yeah, I'm
13 minutes. Yeah, that'll help me. It help my anxiety.
30. Yeah,
Right.
true.
But
Lex,
I
the
mean,
mic is covering your face.
I can understand that question though, because I don't know. That's weird. Like the more I think about it, because it's kind of like 13 minutes. Like, what happens for the first? Yeah, never mind.
That's one of those thought-provoking ones.
Yeah,
It is.
that's what the section is too. Thought provoking.
We should have went on
on up
into
to the
60s.
Which one? You said the 40s?
Yeah.
Give me another number.
Go ahead, Lex.
72.
72. Would you rather share your house with a family of rats or live with your parents forever?
Parents. Give me the parents.
What kind of comparison is that?
That is completely different. Like that's two different ends of the spectrum.
You really gotta hate your parents to pick them rats.
To pick the rats, like it's gotta
Come
be
on
one of
now.
them. Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Or you really have to love rats.
Yeah,
stop it. True. We ain't no Ninja Turtle.
Definitely choosing
That's
parent.
the splinter.
Oh man.
Tony says she can't do either. That is funny.
Yeah, I'll take the parents for 1,000.
Tony said, you gotta choose one, Tony.
That's funny.
Oh my gosh, live with rats.
Yeah. That's rough. Okay, so let's get to the topic. So the question that is posed is, how can you live your best life on a budget? And then the second part of the question is, why is being financially transparent hard when it's time to reveal how much your debts are, even when you're trying to better yourself?
Yes, to living life on a budget or living your best life on a budget, it will take a lot of strategic planning and a lot of categorizing and organization.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess you would have to define what is your best life. Well, what is your definition of your best life? You know, everybody's is different. So you got to kind of prioritize what you see, what kind of lifestyle you see yourself living.
Yep.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah, that was my answer. First, what is your best life? And then adjust accordingly. Of course, increasing your income, decreasing your expenses is like the first thing people tell you to do. That can be hard though.
But I'm about to say increasing your income is super hard.
It is.
And then you think about, okay, even if you went all the way down to what you need and not necessarily what you want, that's still a lot living in this society.
It is. Yeah.
Because I mean, of course we can say we can dream about what is our best life, but let's be honest, that's a dream. You're trying to live, you're trying to live now and with what you have and where you're at. Right. So if you know, okay, your income is only, let's just say 40K. Yeah, you ain't in today, 2022, that ain't gonna cut it.
Yeah.
So what do you do?
It definitely makes it difficult for sure. Because I mean, especially if you work a 9 to 5, like corporations not just giving you raises, like, a whole bunch, like a big raise anyway, like you may get, a few cents here, $1, $2 here, but not enough to where you can live like your best life. Like you still
you can do it and just not care.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie. Last year I had moments where I was just like, it is what it is. Your mental health is important, but it's almost like, well, if I do this and then I'm talking about my right now mental health, how am I going to feel 2 to 3 months later by neglecting or just spending? Is my mental health still going to be affected, or am I going to be okay with how I lived the last 2 to 3 months?
Yeah,
so
that's a good point too.
Because I definitely think if you splurge today because you're trying to work through your mental health, then in 2 months down the road when you're behind on bills, like that's also affecting your mental health.
It really is.
And then it's like, well, I just went on this nice vacation.
I had fun, but now I'm like, dang. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to go show some legs.
Yeah. You show some legs. You got to increase your income another way.
You're gonna have to increase your income. You gotta show up a piece of thigh.
Yeah. How do y'all feel about when people say decrease your expenses? Because I personally don't like, I have expenses, of course. But some things I just don't want to like separate with. Like I have like a streaming services and stuff like that, but some of them I'm like, I'm not getting rid of that. Like,
but see, that's kind of, in a way, that's kind of your best life. Like, it ain't. It's
that's your best life, right?
Yeah, like it don't. Because I feel like when we think about living your best life, like I feel like society has painted that to be like extravagant, and for some people it might be. Right. But sometimes it's just the small pleasures and the small things that make our life the best, or the best for us, you know? Yeah. Or make us happy. Because like you said, you could get rid of everything, but then, you know.
Yeah. Or maybe kind of limit it. Like, okay, if you like to get, I don't know, that won't work either. If you like to get your nails and feet done, you got to keep that up. Because, once you start.
Well, see, now for me, so that I'm glad you brought that one up. So something that I've decided that I did, y'all know, during the pandemic, I went ahead and got one of the gel nail sets from Amazon. And yeah, I mean, well, and I'm gonna tell you why. I really don't like going to the nail salon. And see, I guess that's the difference. Like for some people, it's relaxing, it's time away. And I think the wait. It's just I feel like I'm, even when I get there like 30 minutes early and I'm like, I'm about to be the first one in here, then all these people done already made appointments, so I still gotta wait. And so for me, it was a save both for, financially and my time. So I guess because that's one thing, that's what I was gonna say when I was thinking about the question earlier, your resources. So figure out how to have the same things but on a budget. So like for instance, like design stuff. Y'all know, of course, my mind goes there. You see, I don't know, a house on HGTV or something that you love. There's like plenty of stores that have something that like products and items that look just like that, but they're not $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 for one piece. You know? So I just think using our resources like Google, I know internet, all that can be a blessing and a curse, but there is a way to find just about anything you want. You're going to get a good, better, and best for it. But you can still have it, so.
It's like a psychology type thing with your mind, almost. Yeah, you can live your best life, but again, understand what is your best life, define that for individual self versus what you see everybody else living as far as the best life.
Right.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
See if your coins line up with that. And then you determine it from there. Yeah, I'm with you, Chris. The nail salon is annoying to me.
Me too.
So I can give that up. I did the exact same thing. I used the little gel set and that benefits me. Now, if my feet get beyond rubbing together, it is.
You gotta add that into the budget.
Something I can do. That's something that I can prioritize. I don't have to do that every week or every 2 weeks. I can say, I can just go once a month. I would do maintenance myself,
right?
Until then, but just little things like that.
Alexis, you are so great.
You start rubbing them feet together and start scratching and getting a little warm. Creating friction.
That is funny. Okay,
right.
Let's read a couple comments.
Yeah, so I'm sorry. That's why I was laughing, because I was reading the comment.
T is crazy.
I saw TT.
I get rid of my car insurance before I get rid of my TV ads. Listen,
that ain't T.
I'm with you. So I'm gonna get delayed to the 10th.
The risk it all.
Like, nobody hit me today. Please.
That is funny. That is funny. And then Bridget said, I gave up buying so many shoes. Yeah, that's definitely a good way to add more income, decrease expenses, buying a lot of stuff.
It's that material stuff. I rather live my best life by experiencing things versus having to like buy tangible things.
Yeah.
Let me create some memories, if that makes sense.
Yeah. I kind of want to do both though.
I don't know. I guess I've been so far removed from really buying stuff.
Well, and when I say buying stuff, I mean, I'm not a big shopper or anything like that, but
Me too. I have to.
I also don't want to be like, no, I can't buy this. I mean, within reason, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just not typically the big shopper, especially since having a business. Like I just wear the brand or whatever. But every now and then you want a couple new things to add to your collection. And that's fine. I mean, you may have to just save up for it, but
do it within reason.
Yeah.
If you see something, put some money to the side and be like, this is what I'm saving up for.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can just always download Sugar Daddy app and make that work too.
You can or you can shop at Wish, and you just have to prioritize. You don't need it for about a year.
Right.
You can get it. But no, I was going to say, something else I thought about is, I feel like everyone has the capability to make money, from some kind of a skill that they have. Mm-hmm. So even if it's not something that you're trying to make your permanent hustle or job, business, exactly, it still brings you anywhere. I don't eat $20 to a few $100s a month. That's something extra, that's extra money there that you'll have to kind of do what you want with it.
PT says she ain't giving up no sugar. Facts.
Sugar daddy that don't want no sugar.
Splendor.
So I think that would be something to consider as well, whether it's a product, whether it's a service, whatever it may be. Just whatever God has blessed us all and given us all talent,
utilizing your gifts,
them gifts. That is yes.
Yeah. And that comes with confidence. That's hard.
Yeah.
And investing too, I mean, of
course,
oh
yes, that's something that is not taught. I guess that can jump into, why is it so hard to be transparent about our finances? And I think it's because of lack of education and preparation, because by the time you get in your 30s, you're so guarded because you're not naturally taught being financially transparent is okay. It's fine. I don't understand why that is such a big deal. But by the time you're in your 30s, because you're not prepared and you're not educated on it, you're like, oh, I don't want nobody to know how much debt I'm in. I don't want nobody to know, how much I make. That stuff is so safeguarded. And especially when you have a family, how does that benefit anybody? But I think it's because it's lack of preparation. You don't grow up hearing about it, or at least I didn't.
Right.
Or it's not taught in schools early enough for people to be like, this is a normal conversation. You know what I mean? Why is that not a normal conversation? People really hold finances close to the chest. And that's crazy. Well, to me, it's crazy, but because you let in government Sam and all them know how much you make.
Yeah.
So I think sorry.
Go ahead, Kristen.
No, I was gonna say, are you speaking from a perspective of just in general, your income, or are you speaking in terms of like how much debt you have, or both?
Well, both. So say you, okay, I mean, I don't know how transparent you and Xavier are, but say y'all got together before y'all got married. Did y'all have that conversation hey, this is how much debt I'm bringing to the table, plus this is how much I make? Because you still have to talk about your income, because you got to be able to pay the debt down. And if your income is this and his income is that, and y'all both bring in a very substantial amount of debt, okay, now that's the talk of, okay, somebody got to make more, or somebody got to get another job. You know what I mean? So I think both of them go hand in hand. But I think if you don't establish that before you really start breaking bread with someone, that can get real uncomfortable real quick when it's time to make major decisions and living your best life. Because if you're with someone that does not know how to manage money, and you are a saver, or you're frugal,
Yeah.
That's a disaster. I feel like that's a disaster waiting to happen.
It definitely is.
It is. And especially if you put your money together, because then they're not just gonna blow their money, they're gonna blow y'all's money. So yeah,
Right.
Exactly.
that is I'm trying to think back. I honestly can't remember what conversations we had.
Yeah.
I'm sure it came up at some point. But I really can't. I mean, it's important for sure, but I really can't. And of course, the conversation happened, and
Right.
Yeah, and it's going to continue to happen.
Yeah.
But do you think, by you guys being able to have it early on, that you guys are able to have really hard conversations now if it comes to a big purchase? So hey,
oh yeah,
you know what I mean? Like, I want to get a new car. All right, so this is where we're at. Da 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 da. Or do you feel like, I really want a new car, but I don't need a new car. And if I bring this to Xavier, he's not, you know what I mean? Like, how does that even work for y'all in your home? Are y'all able to be, is it easy?
He is amazing. Yes, it is. He's amazing. He is the money man. He started with his accounting degree. And so he is like the mastermind of our family behind the finances. So he's really good with, just kind of helping us with our budget and keeping us on track. And we do have those conversations. I do remember when we were pregnant with Titus, I just kind of like beat myself up a little because I was like, man, when I got my Honda Accord, I was this close to getting yours, Toya, a white 4-door. But they brought that red 2-door around the little. No. I take that back. That was with the other 2-door car I had. I fell in love with the red one, but I love the white one as well. But I went with the 2-door. And so, long story short, if y'all know anything about car seats and 2-door cars, they don't go. So we did have to make that because my car, we paid my car off. Let's see, we paid his car off in 2018 and mine in 2019. But we made that decision like, yes, we're going to have to go ahead and get this 4-door SUV because, it's just going to be hard. And then, of course, the pandemic hit. So then technically, you didn't really even have to go anywhere. But the point is, yes, all those conversations, we because we started to talk about it, of course, when we found out that I was pregnant, but of course we didn't make the purchase until like a month before we had him. So just we went ahead and paid some things down to kind of balance out a new car payment that we had just got rid of. Oh boy. Yeah. So
but at least you guys worked together to create a plan. Right. It wasn't on just one person.
Or one income.
Yeah. Or and one income.
It had to be. Yeah. That's good.
Yep.
That's good.
Yep.
Definitely good.
So if just hypothetical, if you came in to y'all's relationship and he just had horrible credit and was not good at financing, would you been okay with putting everything on you?
Either I'm going away, or you. Okay.
You're good.
Sorry,
now.
can you say it again? I think my internet went out. Sorry. So you said if he came to the relationship, I heard if he had bad credit and what else?
Oh yeah, if he had bad credit and poor money management, would you be okay with putting everything on you, like putting the house in your name, car in your name, like all of that on you?
I would
just
say,
hypothetical.
I'd say it'd have to be an agreement that he'd be willing to like go to like financial counseling, like as long as he was open to be better. And I would say vice versa if it was flipped and it was me. Like I feel like as long as a person is willing to do better and be better, because when you're young, man, we done all make some horrible decisions. And I feel like as long as the willingness is there, then I would say if I was for sure that I knew that he was the one, then I would, yes.
What if the willingness is there, but it ain't put no action in there, and y'all done jumped the broom?
Then the willingness ain't there. If the action ain't
exactly.
there.
Like, did you know how some people will give you so much potential, so much hope?
I'm like, oh, you better show me that.
Talk a good game, and then when it's time to actually take the class, take the course.
So like, I would be like, okay, so then if
you hitting that annulment button.
No, I would just be like, so if you don't want to follow suit, we can either live with our parents or live with rats. You decide.
Right.
That might spark a little. Okay, all right, we going
put a little fire up under him. That is funny.
Give an ultimatum.
Yes, definitely.
And according to your aunt, neither one of them worked out. So, yeah,
not at all.
That's funny.
What was I about to say? So I guess how. So Kristen, and I'm just using you because you're the only one that's married here.
Yeah.
So since we're not married, we're just gonna keep talking to you.
At this time,
we're just gonna keep talking to you. So so when you do, does he do like a monthly budget? And then like, do y'all discuss that budget? Like what your plans are as far as like, if you have things coming up that you need to put into that budget as far as spending and vice versa? Is that kind of like a conversation with y'all? Or it's just kind of, he pretty much knows, you just go in and grab whatever and then he kind of fix it at the end.
Oh, I see you needed that. Oh, okay.
Oh, I see about 5 more boxes than came. What are you doing?
So, y'all remember when we had the conversation about the vision boards
and
how nothing gets written down? It's in his head. Literally, like he just knows, like I have all of our bills in my calendar to know
like when it's due.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And so he literally, like, he does all the budgeting, but no, it's not written down.
Okay.
I think at this point we're pretty much set in terms of like what we're paying out. But yes, before any like big purchases, if it's something small, like,
yeah,
if I'm just getting finger happy on Amazon, probably not gonna tell him I'm doing it. He'll see the box when it comes. But if it's a bigger purchaser, yes, we'll have that discussion just to say, hey, I want to make sure either I didn't miss anything or you don't have something that you need to get or whatever the case is. So yeah.
Gotcha. So Alexis, how do you typically manage your budget? Do you kind of look at it on a monthly basis or like paycheck wise or a little bit of both?
I know all that goes out. Like I know pretty much all my bills. When I had a car payment, I paid that separate from my rent check. But pretty much everything comes out of one check besides my rent. And then like I typically take a little bit out of both and put it into my savings and just kind of hopefully let that grow. Sometimes it grows, but then I have to pull it up by the root.
I'm gonna put you back next month
in hopes that I could sow another seed later.
Right. At a later date to make up for it.
But now I think this year I kind of wanted just to do things a little different. Because at some point I was just like, God, I don't want to keep living paycheck to paycheck. So rewinding back to what you had said, Kristen, about investing, I was like, well, this may be a time to start looking at how to do that. And in order to invest, guess what you have to do? You have to have some money to invest. So I'm going to try this thing of putting money in my savings and not touching it. Like almost like if I don't know if Bank of America has it where you can just like lock the account from being able to pull anything out of it. And then I want to be able to invest that money, especially now that I have Nala. So you want to build for that. But at the same time, I want to teach her great money management as well.
Right.
With budgeting and things like that. I pretty much, I'm not frugal, but I don't like to add a lot of monthly expenses. So I got my streaming, but I found avenues to where I can get certain streaming stuff free. You know what I mean? Like, through Sprint, you get Hulu free. With Apple, you get, you can get the bundle with Apple. You can, with HBO Max, I get that with AT&T. Like, if I didn't get all those little perks, I would not have it. I would have my one streaming app or whatever, and just kind of stick to that, because if I got one income, you know what I mean? Yeah. And I got a kid.
Yeah.
That is very expensive.
I can only imagine. Yep.
Yes. And we know you budget over there.
Girl,
you are the budget queen.
I sure am.
I remember when we were like early teens, almost, early 20s, and we talking about, what was it, the snowball budget, and you had it already prepared to send out. You are the budget queen.
Y'all, it is just in my DNA. I don't know why I like that so much, but like that's probably years ago.
The fact that you like that, like, girl,
and that people can know that about you. Okay, Latoya, the one that like numbers, the one that like the budget, that gotta have a planner.
Write in it all year.
Seriously.
Yes.
Yeah, I was actually going through today looking at my budget so the way I do mine is I have a monthly budget that I put together, but then on the spreadsheet, so I have all of my monthly expenses. Then on the spreadsheet, I get paid weekly. So I have like all the weeks lined up. And then so each week I pay certain bills. So because I have to split my mortgage up between two so that I can pay other stuff. So I usually split my mortgage up into 2 weeks. And then pretty much everything else is just, on those off weeks or whatever. Like the smaller, like streaming bills and utilities and stuff like that. I kind of have that like on the off weeks. And it still allows me some expense, some extra cash, like each week to kind of, treat myself, out to eat or whatever, or hang out with y'all, or something like that, or do something fun, like do something without being in the negative,
That's a lot of discipline.
It really
you get paid weekly.
I get paid weekly.
Oh my God.
So of course the checks are smaller, which means you pretty much gotta like be paying attention to what you're doing, because if not, you'll spend too much, because you get another one on Friday.
That's what I'm saying.
So yeah, and then what else do I do? So this year, well, kind of like the end of December, I started the envelope savings method, because if I put money in my savings account, like in my bank, y'all, I'm moving that back into my checking account to go get something. Like, I just can't. So what I did this year was I got some envelopes and I numbered them from, I think I started like $10 and just kind of numbered them up. And so each week I pull one and then take the cash out of the ATM, put it in the envelope. Well, you pick one, whatever the amount is on there, you put that amount in there, seal it up and put it in a shoebox. So I've been like committed to that. And I don't know how much I have saved up at this point, but I just kind of been doing that for this year.
Oh, that's dope.
So it's just sitting in there. So I won't touch it until the end of the year, but you can kind of do it however you want to. So I did it to where it wouldn't be too much strain on me. You can do all 20s, you can do 5s, every time you get a 5, put it in there, seal it up, or, however you want to do. So I think I did mine. I think I started at $10, went up to like 40, and then came back down 40, 39 there, because I was like, okay, I can sacrifice $40 a week. If I pull that,
I'm about to ask,
that
what's your cutoff? Okay,
yeah, so I'm like, okay, so I can pull the 40 out, and then that. So that's kind of how I've been doing, and it has helped. Well, I'm assuming it's helped. I haven't gone back into the envelopes to like rip them open to spend the money. So hey, it's helping.
So you're gonna wait till the end of the year to actually open it?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till the end of the year. I haven't really decided if I want to like treat myself to something. I just kind of just put it in there and just see how long I can go without spending it, which
that's cool. I like
yeah.
that.
Hopefully I can keep adding to it. And then, when I do have something that I want to buy or a trip that I want to go on, then I can be like, oh, well, I have this money saved up. Let this money go. So yeah, that's really what I've been doing.
Smart.
Yeah. But every week I do that.
That is a living your best life moment.
Yeah.
I mean, and maybe it's, I mean, you can do it different ways, but I mean, I think opening it one time a year or at the end of the year, like you can decide
to see what you're working with.
Yeah. If you, like you said, if you want to do something big, one, like a couple things, or if you just kind of want to like spread it out to allow for that next year for you to be able to do some things that you wanted to do this year and add them in and not feel strained for it. So that is cool. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. But I'm a huge planner when it comes to that. So yeah.
Are you guys are you more prone to swipe the card or spend cash?
Girl, we don't do cash around here.
Whatever I got in my whatever I got in my hand.
If I have cash, I'll hold on to it forever.
No.
So that method might work for me. Like I still got birthday money.
Yeah.
No, that is a good point though. Like that is true. Whenever we do get it, like we just forget we have it, and then we'll be like, oh, like forgot
out of sight, out of mind.
No, this is what I do. This is what I do when I have cash. I'll be like, oh, this ain't in my budget. I ain't eating out really. I'm like, let me go get me something to eat because this ain't really like. I mean, it's not digging into my budget because it's cash, so I'm not really spending my money. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I usually never really have cash either, but yeah, like usually that's how it is.
Oh, yeah.
I can save better with cash than I can a card. That card, I'm a swipe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to use it. I got all the numbers memorized, so I don't even need the card.
I used to, but mine kept getting compromised so much. I was just like, you know what, Lord, I'm gonna just stop remembering these numbers because I will have to get a new one like every few months. Now I don't remember. Exactly, I don't know them at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I won't save them to like my computer. You know how like when you buy something, it saves
to
your computer. I won't do it. Unless it's like bills, then I can just pay like that. But when I'm shopping and stuff, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one time I went to get my car serviced and I thought I left my wallet at home and I was like, oh gosh, how am I going to pay for this? Like, so I asked the lady, I was like, do y'all take cash out? Like Zelle, y'all got another method of payment? And she was like, no, the only other payment option we have is, you can fill out this credit card authorization form. I said, oh, okay, I can do that. And she was like, you know your number? Yep. She said, you know the security number? Yep. Yep. Sure do. And I was able to pay it that way. And I got in the car and guess what's sitting right there?
No.
The wallet.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
And then you have to do all of that, but yeah, it was right there. But
at least you had it. At least you knew it.
Yeah, at least I was able to memorize the number because I was like, man, I'm gonna have to be changing some tires in a minute to work this service off.
Like instead of washing the dishes, changing some tires.
I'm changing tire, or they're gonna have me in the car wash area for washing.
Alexa, I can see you now out there changing oil.
With a YouTube video up showing me how to do it.
Oh man.
Man, that would be hilarious.
I feel sorry for whoever car get back on the road.
Be like, y'all check that oil cap.
All of it gonna flood out.
Like you might want to go down to the car shop down here, just get them double check it for you.
I'm gonna leave a note, but like this was a trial. Your car was used as a placebo.
You are crazy. Oh my gosh, that's funny.
Man.
But for anybody in the comments, do y'all have any tips and tricks that you would like to share for us to read out to kind of
have y'all been looking at the comments?
Mm-hmm.
I have, yeah.
Well, somebody said you are so smart.
Talking about
I think that was for Toya.
Budgeting. Yeah.
You crazy.
Toy in her budget and her spreadsheet.
And her
I keep a spreadsheet. Method. I have I was looking through my budget today to make to write down like what I spent. Like I was going through like all of my transactions. Be like, okay, I spent this much in this. I spent this much. I did really good with not eating out because I haven't been eating meat, so I've been having to pretty much buy everything like from the grocery store. And I don't know who said grocery shopping was cheaper than eating out, but it ain't, not to me anyway.
Not depending on what you're buying. When you're buying healthy things, then it's not more expensive.
And I'm just pretty much overcooking at this point. We're making stuff. I'm over it, but I don't really have many options.
Did you go back to? You still using HelloFresh?
Okay, so I did HelloFresh because I was doing pescatarian. I've been doing that for the past over a month. I think like 6 or 7 weeks now. And they have like a few like, shrimp and fish. But then I kind of got bored with that because I was just like, I have fish and shrimp here. Like, why am I paying y'all to give me these recipes? But I can just make this at the house. Like, that's pretty much all I've been buying. It's still
a different taste though. It's a different taste.
It is, but it wasn't. I got tired of eating like the tacos, like the little Mexican, like black bean joints. I just got tired of eating that. So I was just like, I'm over it. Just let me just figure out what I'm about to eat here.
Okay, we have a financial coach. She just said, Aisha, hey Aisha. She said she budgets a month ahead or a cycle ahead. Oh, it went away. If you're using this month's income to pay last month's bills, you are behind.
Ooh. Well, girl, I've been behind for a couple of years.
That's good though. That's
true.
Man,
I gotta get with Aisha too.
I like.
Okay. Sorry. Go ahead.
It's like you need to double your income, like for real. Like
you really do. You really do.
But that'd be hard.
It is. It is. I think that's when you take like your income as far as like your additional income that you get, like your tax refund or stimulus checks that we used to get or whatever. Like, I think that's a way to get ahead.
But what if that's what you want to use to live your best life?
But I'm just saying, like, that. I mean,
you're gonna be behind paying last month's bills.
If you live, but I mean, honestly, like if you live paycheck to paycheck, like that's pretty much the only way that you could get ahead.
It really is.
I mean, those additional,
unless you post up a lemonade stand and get the hustling. Like it's like some things you just, to me, I'm like, okay, yeah, I could get a second job. You know what I mean? But then I'm like, I ain't trying to work myself to death.
Yeah, because then you take away time with your child.
I'm not trying to take away time with my kid. I'm not trying to take away time from myself. So I just blame society.
You could.
It's a trade-off for real.
Another option that you could do is like, on the months where you get paid the extra, you get the extra paycheck that's really not an extra paycheck because the next month you're gonna be late if you don't pay the first month's bills. But that check, you do seem to have like a little bit extra. So that could be something that you kind of put towards either a bill or kind of put in your savings to kind of stack up to get to that place. Yeah,
I remember the first time I learned about that method. Oh, I got an extra check.
Girl, that check is not extra. That's because the next check you get ain't gonna be to the 15th.
Struggling. Like, I'm like, wait a minute, what just happened? I thought, wait.
No, because then all your bills that you were supposed to pay on the first, nope, you got to pay them.
8 green beans for 2 weeks.
See, and I love food. Like that's not one of the things I'm willing to give up on food. Like, I will go Monday through Thursday and not eat out. Like I can sacrifice that because I'm just at home working. But when Friday at 5:00 comes, I'm going to get me something to eat because I done worked hard that week.
I know, you treat yourself.
Yeah. So, and then sometimes on Saturdays, every now and then on Sundays, I may cook, but I'd be like, I done cooked all week, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, especially while working from home. I'm like, nope, I don't want to. I said, I'm not dirty enough another dish to make nothing. Yes. Okay. So T says, I put all my money in my savings. So if I need to use my card, I have to go in the app and transfer it into checking. Keeps me aware of how much I'm spending since I can't just keep swiping carelessly. That's a good method, I guess.
I like that.
And then Bridget says, I never know when I get paid, but I know when hubby gets paid.
Stop it.
That's all that matters, right?
That's all that matters at this point, you know. Hey, look, it's worked this long, so I guess y'all are good to go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do y'all have anything else?
That concept of his money is my money, and my money is mine.
Very true. Very
shared entity. Nah, I do long for it to be a shared entity. I don't know that concept of, you know, I think just because of how I grew up seeing it, it's just, hey, we work together on this.
Yeah, I think it should.
Yeah, I mean, it takes pressure off of one another. Personally,
I think
carry the load, let me carry it.
Yeah, because I think you can get ahead quicker by working together. Because if you're trying to pay off debts, of course, if we are both sitting down trying to tackle this debt together, we can put more because, you know, we're communicating and we have this much set aside that we can, you know, put in a snowball method and stuff like that to pay off debt faster versus just having one income, you know. And if you live off of one income, if you pretty much live off of one income, then you have that second income to pay towards your debt so that you can live your best life. So,
Makes a lot of sense.
Yep. Aisha has a question. She said, what's more important to y'all, paying down debt or increasing savings? For me right now, it's been paying down debt. Yeah. Which I know is probably backwards because you're paying off debt. And then if something happens, then you have to pretty much get into more debt because you don't have savings. But for me,
I don't know. Well, lately the paying down debt has been helpful.
Yeah.
Because it takes away a bill for me, like personally. Right. And then once I pay off that debt, I would put it into my savings. Like, like when I paid my car off, I would take that car payment and put it into my savings. That's what I was doing for a while. And then I had to start back paying my student loans. So
see, we did when we pay once we pay something off, then we put it towards something else we got it. Like that extra that we now have, it goes to pay that debt off. We need to put it we just put it to anything else. But we still put savings in each time as well. And then we put some money in Titus's account too. So I guess we try to do both, but the question that this or that. What's more important? I guess paying it down with the hopes of being debt free,
increasing the savings,
able to put it.
Because sometimes you can take the mindset, if you don't have a really disciplined mindset of someone that can kind of look ahead, if you can pay the debt down and be like, oh, now I can go use this money and do whatever, and then you're continuing the cycle, you know, of staying in debt. The whole key is to come out of debt, and you just got to really have a lot of discipline. But not even discipline, you need to be educated. I think that helps because you can tell someone you got to be disciplined, but they don't know why they're being disciplined, or they don't grasp it the way you may be sharing it, and it's just a matter of appealing to their state of mind to help them understand, okay, what are you trying to do? Like telling someone about how to buy a house in their 20s would be so beneficial for when it comes time to do it, versus you telling them a year ahead and now you're scrambling. You know what I mean? Like, because that's a lengthy process. So it's preparation. So you have to have an open mind. But I strive to be debt free.
Yes, I am determined to be debt free.
And I am working really, really hard. Like right now, I can honestly say my debt right now is my student loans. And if Biden would just, you know, just go ahead and help a sister out.
Touch the hem of his garment. Just
look, what I gotta do. You need to see a toe,
we're gonna touch and agree and believe.
A pinky toe, because that's about all you getting now.
Yes. I'm hoping to pay mine off this year. Pay the remainder of mine off this year. But the way that my checking account and my savings account looks,
man.
Yeah, but I'm working. Yeah, I'm working.
It's gonna happen. We'll get there. Any other questions, guys, or comments you want to make before we wrap this on up? This was fun.
We appreciate y'all's engagement and y'all listening to us.
It was good.
Yes. I couldn't look at all the comments because you guys, I can only look at like the last 2 or 3 that got posted.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if I opened it up, it's a whole bunch of feedback.
Oh, okay, got you. Thank you.
I just have my phone turned all the way down, so I can't.
Oh, you know, I need to see slow.
Lord, just slow. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for listening to another episode of Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris. You can follow us on Instagram at Real Talk Podcast. Email us any topic suggestions or message us any topic suggestions. I think that's it.
Yep. We appreciate it. We'll see you guys next time.
And talk is TLK.
Oh yeah, talk is TLK for Toya, Lex, and Chris. I'm sorry, Real Talk Podcast. REAL
as in toy. L as in lion. K as in kangaroo.
Oh my gosh. Crazy.
You just couldn't use a name, could you?
Right. It was too easy. But anyway, guys, thank y'all so much for listening. We'll talk to y'all later.
Bye.
Y'all.
Thank you so much for listening to another episode of Real Talk with Toya, Lex, and Chris. We'll talk to you soon.